Welcome back to another Worthless Mutts. This is episode number 17, and today we are going to the vet. Well, not literally, but we're going to be discussing a few things regarding the vet within this dog culture. Because again, the vets play a big role in the dog industry with these worthless mutts, and sometimes the vet and the media may go hand in hand with each other. And again, I respect the vet. I know there are real animals out there like birds and maybe horses, cows, etc., that do need human interference because sometimes they do get hurt. Wild animals do get hurt, whether by accident or whatever the case may be, and they do need human interference. The vet will take care of it, and then they will release them back in the wild or in a sanctuary where that animal then can take care of itself. However, I will take a big guess and say 97%, maybe 98, 99% of vets, they take care of real animals, but they also take care of, the dog, basically. So if you are a vet, 98% chance that you're going to be looking after dogs. And the reason for that is simple. It comes down back to money. Again, if you're a vet and you want to make a good living, you want to make more money, then you're going to want to look after dogs. Because dogs is where the money is at. And just like a human doctor, most human doctors, or the health industry doesn't want you to be healthy. They don't want to give you the cure. They want you to keep coming back to the doctor so they can, use you to make money. And that's fact. That's fact. Doctors don't want healthy people, because if a lot of people were healthy, then they wouldn't be making the money they're making now. And same goes with intelligence. If people were healthy and intelligent, then the doctors would not be making as much. Same can be said regarding the vet. And if you want to make a good living as a vet, you have to look after dogs. And again, dogs are mutant, created in labs, and dogs are the most sick, the most disease-ridden, the most hurt, the most attacked. And that's where vets make their money, is from dogs. And again, we can talk about cats, but again, this is a anti-dog channel where the main focus is on the dog. And again, dogs, like I said in the last video, episode 16, dogs are nothing more than a prop. So the same thing as a veterinarian. Dogs are just a prop for you to make money. I went through a list of diseases and injuries that dogs go through, that all these certain breeds go through. And when looking at that, you can tell that this is where the money is at. Because you have these dog lovers who will do anything, pay anything. And you see on GoFundMe how people raise money to help sick dogs or hurt dogs. And it's up in the thousands, 10,000, 15,000. So that's where, you're going to make a lot of money off of these worthless. And again, let me just shine the light. We're going to turn on the light. Yep, the light is now officially on. We're going to shine the light on these worthless mutts, on this media, on the dog industry. That they hide, they support, and they promote information regarding the dog. This dog culture is a big lie. It is not based on facts. It is mostly 99% of it is based on feeling. before we get into the whole thing, the worthless product of the day is this, I guess, call it a chair for dogs. So now if you're at the table and you want your dog to join you in, the for supper, for dinner, for lunch, now you can attach this thing on the table, put your dog in it, and now you can eat as a family now. So now, as you're eating as a family, you can now ask your dog how your day was. Obviously, the dog is going to answer in English. Obviously, of course not. That's not going to happen because dogs are just like an imaginary friend where people will speak for the dog. The worthless dog of the day is the American Bully, also known as the Pitbull. Again, in the Pitbull culture, these are the people that want to protect their reputation, want to call these dogs sweet, gentle, but yet, for a gentle, sweet dog that is misunderstood, they truly love the name bully. And again, bully is not a good term. Bully is a negative term used to describe someone who is annoying someone, bothering someone, teasing someone, harming someone. But yet, these pitbull lovers take pride in calling their, sweet, gentle fur baby bully. They call them bully, and just like the article says, they have a reputation of being violent, fighting dogs. But yet, these pit bull lovers will take pride in calling these dogs bully. And then they will say it's how you train it and they were bred for fighting. But actually, based on what we have read, that's on the internet, these pit bulls, American Bully, whatever they're called, were actually used and created to bother and to basically bully and harm and attack bulls. These dogs, the pit bull, was used to fight, physically fight and attack bulls. So that means they were created to be fighting dogs. But now the script is changed. These dog lovers don't want that because of cognitive dissonance. These dogs are fighting dogs. Always have been, always will be. But the pit bull lover, for whatever reason, cognitive dissonance, maybe they're just dumb, maybe they're just ignorant, will call these dogs sweet and gentle. It's all how you train it. But at the same time, they taking pride in calling these dogs bully. And bully is not a good term. No one wants to be bullied. Not even pitbull lovers want to be bullied by another person. But yet, they will take pride in calling these dogs that have attacks, that they cause 72% of attacks. But they will call these dogs sweet and gentle, fur babies, but then they'll call these dogs also bullies, which makes no sense whatsoever. And there was another dog that I seen today up close. Viewing these dogs in pictures doesn't do complete justice for the dog. Because when you see these dogs in person, they are by far more ugly in person. It was a dog similar to this. A lot of these dogs have these droopy faces. Okay, it was like this. Looking at this, you can see that this dog is very ugly. But today I saw one up close in real life, and it looked even uglier in real life. So if you thought these dogs were ugly on picture, imagine in real life how ugly these things are. Man, oh man. All right, so we're gonna get into it. A lot to show, so again, it may have to go to another part 2. So since we're going to the vet, I was wondering, how much do veterinarians make? And the answer is they can make from $93,000 to $162,000, which the lowest could actually be $56,000. This is a lot. This is a good, decent living. You know, I wouldn't complain. It's decent. And again, I'm guaranteeing that 90% of this cash comes from viewing and seeing and treating dogs. Dogs are their bread. All right. 5 expensive pet treatments. So again, dogs are prone to being hurt and full of diseases and sick. The one disease is invertebratal disc disease, which can cost up to $1,000 to $4,000. I'm going to call this LP, another disease that attacks dogs that can cost up to $1,000 and $3,000. The bile duct rupture can cost up to $3,000 to $6,000. Well, how about this? You know, when dogs will eat anything. It doesn't. I'm not even gonna list them up because dogs can and will eat anything, and that can cost up to over $5,000. Then another $8,000 for damaged knees. There's some dogs that have poor ligaments, poor joints, and they get hurt very quickly, worn out very quickly, and for surgery and for treatment can cost up to $8,000. So there you have how the vets can make money off of these worthless money. So again, another article again confirms, the diseases that these dogs take and the physical harm these dogs face and the cost. We have, spay and neuter that could cost up to $250. Cataract surgery up to $3,000. $5,000 for stomach tacking. And other diseases. And then again, these are some other diseases or injuries that dogs will possess. Got wound repair. I'm not going to pronounce these names. Pyometra, growth removal. C-section, dew claws, anal gland, amputations, dental surgery, nasal, sinus, elongated soft palate. Again, these are just only a few health, causes, problems that happen to dogs. And all this can cost a lot of money. And this person says ways to plan ahead for dog surgery costs. I'm not going to read it, but the best way to plan ahead is to not have a dog, period. Period. In this article, it says how veterinarians handle aggression in pets. So we know that I'll say 99% of the time it's going to be the dog that is very aggressive, where you have to take measures in protecting yourself. And these are, I think, about 5 ways of how veterinarians can handle aggression in pets. One is be precautious, be willing to listen, be legal. No, it's pretty much starting at the end, but this person says, but me, frankly, I'm scared of injuring my back picking up a pet or standing for hours on end in surgery than I am getting clawed or bitten. Perhaps that's as much of a function of my age as it is of being mindful of the above 5 steps, along with the wisdom of the inevitably comes from the years of practice, then I care to fast. Apologize for going backwards. And the other ways they handle aggressive dogs is they be weary, gotta be defensive. You must first be aware of the dangers. Chill. We all know dogs are dangerous or could be dangerous, but yet still allow them to take over. Ask the vet. Don't ignore a dog's aggression at the vet's office. Here it goes. It says, Harley, my 3-year-old bulldog mix, doesn't go to the veterinarian often because he gets aggressive whenever he does. During this most recent visit, the vet recommended we consult a veterinarian who specializes in behavioral problems to help Harley feel less anxious at the animal hospital. My question is, why bother, since the vet was able to give him his rabies vaccination? So here we have again another dog lover, another aggressive dog. And this dog, once again, gets anxious, gets stressed when he's whatever it is, he's at the vet. Now we gotta, now we, as the dog owner, they have to turn the whole life around for this dog. Again, it's not just the vet that stresses out dogs, it's noise, people running, people walking, new people being in public, people sneezing, people eating, people jumping, people doing nothing, people not being there, people being there, that can stress out a dog. And we all have to turn our life around for this dog. They add most dogs that react aggressively at the animal hospital are actually anxious or frightened. Again, here they go again. Anything I said. If you sneeze and the dog attacks, that means they're anxious or frightened. You run, that means if the dog attacks, they're anxious or frightened. The list goes on. These dogs are just, they don't belong in this society. If they're always anxious and frightened over these things, little tiny things, going to the vet is probably best for the dog. The dog's probably sick and hurt, but yet the dog is anxious and frightened. Now we gotta turn our whole life around. They add, 90% of veterinarians have been bitten by a dog. 92% of veterinarians have been bitten by a dog. And we're about to see a veterinarian get bitten by a dog. And this, I'm not going to show you all of it. It's about 14 minutes long. I'm going to show you the key parts. And again, veterinarians themselves are dog lovers. Most that become vets because they are dog lovers. Again, want to make money in this, I guess, animal industry, animal world, pet industry, you gotta look after dogs. Dogs are gonna rack in the most cash. So we're gonna see this dog bite the veterinarian, and then you're going to witness how the veterinarian blames himself because he's a dog lover.
Good, how are you?
I'm holding.
All right, Rowdy, how you doing? Now that you've sat down, do you have a leash for him? We can go outside and on his own and he'll.
Yeah. Come on, Rowdy. Just be easy. You wanna go home? You want this? Rowdy, come on.
Look how that's going to the left.
Thank you.
See?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, it's okay. That was my fault. I forgot the tea.
Is it Nibbler?
At the house. So for the next 4 weeks, I still want him only going outside on a leash and harness to do his business. Then after that,
Hear that?
return to normal.
Guy once again blames himself. This is what dog culture does. If a dog lover is attacked by a dog or attacked by their own dog, they're going to blame themselves. They won't make the dog be accountable for its own actions. So why even have these things? What's the point? If these things are living with us, then they should be adapting to our way of living. But instead, it's these to adapt to dogs. It makes no sense.
Okay. We generally leave him out for about an hour because he has the cooped up feeling. He hates it. So he stays out for about an hour and then we bring him back in. And he seems to do good. We don't leave him out in the rain.
Yeah, I just don't want him doing too much. I don't want him to.
Again, I may say something that may offend some people, but I'm going to say it anyways. Again, person on the right is the dog owner. And honestly, what you see is someone who is overweight, who is not treating herself proper. Probably not eating well. She's not exercising. The fact that looks like a fact. And apparently, she seems to care more about her worthless mutt's health than her own health. Let that sink in.
Oh, no.
Overexert himself and hurt himself. He's just sitting soaking up rays.
Oh, yes.
Take care.
Get him safe.
Here's the.
Yeah, I'm a dummy.
He doesn't like men.
Yeah, I mean, it was still.
Alright,
They
so.
blame themselves.
6 years, you're finally right.
They think this is funny.
A risk of our job. It's a risk that we have to be willing to take each day. If you do get bitten by a dog, immediate steps for kind of first aid are to control bleeding if there's any.
I don't know what happened, but you guys get the point. Dog bit the veterinarian. The veterinarian, blames himself. And you see an overweight dog lover that cares more about the dog's health and well-being rather than care about her own health and well-being. And we have her admitting to the people that, if you become a veterinarian, you're going to get bitten by these dogs. And the bite is probably less harmful than the diseases and the side effects that you may get from that bite. So why even have these dogs in our presence? And again, I still believe that this dog culture is only here to dumb down. All right, we're going to Reddit land. I had highlighted things, but it just did not stick. So I'm going to try to not read as much, but get to the point. All right, in the dog training group, it says, my dog snapped at the vet assistant today. This is the first time he's tried to bite someone. He's always growled at strangers. Not a good sign. Men more than women, not a good sign, but he growled at her a lot more and snapped once when she went to lift him on the table. Again, being a veterinarian is a very dangerous field. It is dangerous. You know, what was considered being a construction worker is dangerous. You know, being a window cleaner for buildings is dangerous. Driving those big trucks can be dangerous. Working in factories are dangerous. But nothing is said about being a veterinarian and having to deal with these worthless, aggressive dogs. I rather, if I had a choice, I'd rather be a window cleaner and clean those, 20, 30, 300-foot buildings to have to deal with dogs. It was very quick, and I corrected him immediately. The vet was there to see it, and at the end of the appointment said he was just stressed. So here we go again. Dog being stressed again as an excuse. So now this person is going to make, she's going to try to downplay it when it's just me and the dog. He's extremely well adjusted because, again, you're a food dispenser. He has learned commands quickly, listens, etc., and has been around busy street dog park strangers and had only ever growled until he got to know them. And here is another person sharing their story about their dog snapping at a vet, trying to help the dog because the dog is stressed. And in the comments, a lot of dog lovers, reinforcing it and, siding with the dog and kissing up to the dog and thinking it's okay. And, the whole story, what dog lovers do. Reinforce their mental illness and their dog obsession. This person comes from a veterinarian in the Dogfree section. I know I read about a veterinarian who didn't like working with dogs. So there are people who become vets that don't like to work with dogs. Person says, I work at a vet clinic and I swear to God it has made me hate dogs. I just got bit by this dog in our clinic. She is constantly barking. She bites at people unless you give her treats. Like I said, it's like with the other one. This person is like, oh, the dog is well adjusted to me. And it's because you are the food dispenser. If a robot, a machine gave dog food, dog probably would treat that machine the same way it treats. So I'm not sure who's playing who. I'm not sure if the dog is playing the owner or the owner is playing the dog. Something to think about. Can't even handle without being heavily medicated first. So again, aggressive dog that can't be taken care of unless it's medicated or sedated. And they say they hate dogs. I used to love dogs and only browse this sub because I like to hear your opinions since this is my job and most of the memes are pretty funny. So by saying I hate dogs. Cats are more well behaved and keep to themselves. Read some of the comments and they say I loved dogs and then I had a horrible dog. That dog made me dislike dogs. I am a cat person now. Girl, I just left my job of 3 years as a vet office. I'm in the same boat. I have grown up with dogs my whole life, but more time that goes by, more I wouldn't mind having a dog ever again. So again, person was a vet for 3 years, and I'm gonna say 90% is my guess that she had to deal with dogs. 90% of the time, she had to deal with dogs, and I'll probably say maybe 50% of the times, the dogs were just worthless. Yeah, this person says, is anything going to happen to the dog since it's a repeat biter? How do owners react to it biting you? And this person answers, nope, nothing we can do except wait for them to pick the dog up and never let them back in. But knowing my doctor, I'm not gonna get bit again. It's all business again. It all comes down to business. From a little bite, I don't think vets are going to just ban a dog from coming in. But I think if it's like a mauling, like a mauling, like they're like crunching on your limbs or your neck or your face, and there's a lot of blood going on, I think that's when they would probably ban dogs. But for a bite, I doubt it. Again, it's all business. It's money first and safe. As friend says, that really sucks. I'm sorry. Sorry I was bit by a dog as a child and we didn't report it, and it went on to attack a pregnant lady and an old man. Some dogs are just aggressive and can't change. It's really annoying that we just have to put up with it. Did you hear that? This person, as a child, bitten by a dog, and that same dog attacked other people. And this is what goes on. And according to the stats, there are over 4.7 million dog bites a year. Just imagine how many of those that don't get reported. Imagine how many of those that, that lie about it. They're bitten by a dog and they say, oh, they fell down or they hit by a knife or had a car accident, fell off the bike. They will lie in order to protect the dog. Last comment before I move on. I mean, I'm not sure how much of it is because of the owner or dog itself, but thank you for the sentiment, and I'm sorry you got bit as well. Person says I got bit like you. Very interesting comments. Again, I started school for vet tech about a decade ago. I ended up not completing my degree, but from the sound of it, I dodged the bullet. So let's give this person a hand. Again, your health and well-being for money is not worth it when you're going in to be as a vet. Because if you're going to go as a vet, I'm guessing you have to be a dog doctor. You just have to. That's where you have to start off. You have to start somewhere, and most likely you'll start off as a dog doctor. Can't imagine the hell a vet clinic would actually be for me these days, for a good person doing a work you do and yell anytime you need, not alone. There you have it. A lot of experiences, a lot of people sharing their feedback. This person who was a vet and didn't like it because of dogs themselves. I was coming from a vet. All right. All right. The vet rant. I'm not going to read all of it. I did highlight things, but it just didn't stay. So this person is a pit lover, and she brought her pit bull into the vet. And as she's there, there are other dogs in the waiting room, and they're off leash, and they're approaching her dog, etc. And then she pretty much complains that, she realized that pit bulls have a bad reputation, and the other dogs are coming to her dog. And it's like they know that pit bulls are dangerous and they have a reputation of attacking whatever, but at the same time it's like she's blaming the other owners as well, which is their fault as well. So what happens is she has a pit bull in the waiting room not doing nothing, and a lot of off-leash dogs in the waiting room roaming around, barking, making noise, causing commotion. But and she just didn't like how other dog lovers behaved at the vet clinic. And again, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Dog lovers, most of them, are just rude, entitled, selfish, egocentric people, and they may put dogs before themselves, but they're always going to put their worthless mutt before any other dog. So if their dog attacked your dog, they would just walk away and and not really care. But if your dog attacks their dog, you know the fact they're gonna care, they're gonna cry. But if your dog attacks their dog, that means you're gonna have to walk away. And you know how dog lovers work. They're just strange people. They are very strange, rude people. This person says, need a new vet that can actually handle an aggressive dog. Here we go again. They add, my dog is aggressive. They've been to training, spending over thousands of dollars. And then they say, oh, he's gotten so much better. In the ad, he will never be normal. I don't know what a normal dog is. He's also crate and muzzle trained. And this time it's a German Shepherd, one of those, police dogs that police use to attack people. And apparently it's a rescue. I don't know why they call them rescue. Like, why do they call dogs that have been abandoned rescue? They're not being rescued. Well, technically, yeah, they are being rescued, but they don't deserve that title. They don't deserve rescue title. Dogs don't deserve that. They deserve worthless. They deserve being abomination. They deserve death. So yeah, I'm not gonna read through all of it. So again, this person is looking for a vet that can handle their aggressive dog. So this person's problem wants it to be someone else's. This person can't handle or train the stupid out of the dog and is looking for someone that can be able to help her or him handle this worthless dog. It is so sad that dog culture is the way it is. It is so stupid. Man, oh man. In this article, I've highlighted it, titled Vet Visits for Aggressive Dogs, a Case Study. They add, aggressive dogs at a vet's office are stressed and uncomfortable. Again, this is about the third, maybe fourth, fifth time we've heard this already. They add, they are afraid. They're afraid of anything. They are afraid of anything. Noises. If you walk in, a new person not getting food, touching their bowl. They're stressed out for absolutely anything. But dog lovers will put up with this. They will put up with it. All for attention from a dog. Yeah, I'm not reading all of it. That's a few things I wanted to share. Just about, again, this dog lover talking about aggressive dogs and the vets and how to take care of it, etc., etc. But none of them even addressed, like, how about not having a dog? It's like you have to have a dog when that is not true. That is far from the case. But these dog lovers act like you have to have a dog. You are born without a dog. You eat, you breathe without a dog. You work without a dog. You live without a dog. Dogs don't get you anything, bro. It's you going out there, making the right decisions, putting action, putting the solutions in, solving your problems, what gets the work done. A dog does absolutely nothing. I'm not going through all of this, but again, this person asked, do vets handle aggressive dogs? And the person says yes, they handle aggressive dogs by either sedating it, medicating it, putting a muzzle on it. Same thing, They muzzle the dog, they sedate aggressive dogs. This person has a vet assistant. They say they're the ones that have to hold the dogs for the vet. So imagine that. You gotta hold an aggressive dog. State they do their best. There are rarely ones we cannot handle, but it does happen. If it is not an emergency, we send them home with tranquilizers to use before the next visit. It's all the same redundant answers that, it doesn't really solve the problems that occur. So we have an aggressive dog and they think muzzling it, medicating it is the best solution. How about just not having these dogs in the first place? Right, one. Again, and what to do if your dog hates the vet and they, this is redundant garbage that they provide. You gotta train your dog to wear a muzzle when it goes to the vet, or train it with a muzzle. Then you gotta practice at home. Keep sessions short, like 1 to 2 minutes at a time. 1 to 2 minutes at a time. Once your dog is wearing a muzzle, take your dog to your vet's office with the muzzle on. You gotta train your dog. If everything else fails, use meds. So again, complete garbage just to continue this reckless and worthless dog culture. How ugly this thing is. Its face. Alright, so again, 8 tips and tricks for taking an anxious. They use the word anxious. But really, it is aggressive dog to the vet. So things they suggest is home vaccination exams. So like you would play with your daughter, son, doctor, you do the exact same thing at home, but with your dog. To, again, desensitize your dog, to train your dog. You suggest visit the vet just for fun. And again, these are, I'm guessing this is the vet. And these are the experts. These are the people that are supposed to be dog experts who say don't get into the area of the dog like this. But yet this dog lover who's above these rules, above danger, will do it anyway. Then you can say, oh, it's her job. How about the other people we've seen do the same thing, then get bitten in the face? Was that their job as well because they got bitten? How about the baby who went into the dog's area, dog's face? Was it the baby's job? Again, these dog lovers, they will create these irrational excuses just to protect the dog. Then you got to exercise for the appointment. And again, they practice the exams at home. Or you can find a vet who makes house calls. Again, use an anxiety aid, calm your own nerves. So again, all this is about dogs just being friggin', excuse my language, about dogs being worthless. And the things people go through just to protect the dog. It is absurd. It is absurd. Right. I have about 15 minutes and then close out. Person says, why do small dogs live longer than big dogs? Have you ever wondered that? Why do small dogs live longer than big dogs? And they use other animals, how, big animals like elephants live longer than mice, cats live longer than goldfish. Birds, for instance, birds live longer lifespans than larger birds live longer lifespans than smaller ones. But in the dog world, apparently, small dogs live longer than big dogs. They add, but dogs are different. Dogs are very, very different. They are very different. You look at every other animal, and you look at a dog, you go like, what the heck happened to this? Like, what happened to the dog? Why does the dog behave in this manner? I've only seen dogs behave recklessly. No other animal. No elephant. None of these animals behave the way dogs do. Only dogs can be so annoying. And they add, larger the dog, the shorter their life expectancy. A large dog like the Saint Bernard will have a lifespan of between 5 to 8 years. Yay. While smaller breeds can generally live as long as 12 to 15. Yeah, so there you have it. Larger dogs, you know, with a short life expectancy. We're gonna go more into it and understand why do larger dogs or dogs in general live shorter lives. All right. So this person asked, if dogs and humans both have a heart and things we need to survive, then why don't dogs live as long as humans? Asked the child, age 11. And my theory is because dogs were created in labs. Dogs aren't real animals. They're abominations. They're hybrids. Created probably from other animal DNA. With other chemicals, who knows what. And then poof, we have the dog. And since dogs aren't real animals, they don't live as long as real animals do. The main reason people used to think big animals live longer is because of something called the metabolic rate. A metabolic rate is like how much a petrol car uses. Cars that use up their petrol more slowly can drive for longer. A bit like animals with lower metabolic rates. Smaller animals usually have higher metabolic rates, which lead to shorter lifespans, like a car that uses up petrol very quickly. Have it, the reason they offer is because dogs have something to do with the metabolic rate. So basically dogs use up their metabolic rates, which is why they don't live long, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah, it's all about survival. And people now think it might depend on evolutionary pressures that each animal faces. And evolutionary pressure includes things like other animals that want to kill you for food. Because they're so big, large animals like elephants and whales are less likely to be attacked in the world than smaller animals like guppies or mice. And they asked, we want to know how to help dogs live longer. Why would you want that to happen? The goal is to get rid of dogs. We don't need them. If they're going to live this short life, being sick, being aggressive, and just let them perish, let them die, let them pass, let them go to sleep. It's a good thing. I think they live too long. Personally, these dogs live way too long. Preferably, they shouldn't exist. So here we are. Topic is top 15 reasons not to get a dog. This is from a Pet Helpful website, so this is still a dog lover website. And the article is top 15 reasons not to get a dog. And apparently this person probably is still a dog lover themselves. All right, so 15 reasons, not going through all of them, is, poop. You gotta exercise them. You gotta pick up their poop. They poop too much in the house. They require a lot of attention. They require a lot of attention. And I'm gonna add to this. Yeah, dogs require a lot of attention because dogs are attention whores. Same as these dog lovers that get dogs themselves. My theory, again, is, let's say I'm going to use girls for an example. Let's say you're a girl as a child, you had so much attention from mom and dad, relatives, friends. You were praised, you were worshipped, everyone loved you as a child, as in high school. But once you get older, all that praise, the cuteness that you once had, all the attention, it diminishes. It goes away because you're not a child anymore. I feel some women will feel insecure for not getting the attention they once did because they were getting parties, they were getting gifts, everyone was always around them. They felt secure, they felt happy. Now that they're older, that attention doesn't exist anymore. So they decide to get a dog for whatever reason. Maybe they get a dog because they want attention. They get a dog because they're mentally ill. They get a dog because they're desperate. They get a dog because they don't even know. They just don't know. It just happened. One day they woke up. Next thing they know, they have a dog in the home. What this person does, since they love attention, they will leave the dog at home by itself on purpose. Go out to school, go to work, wherever it does, come home, and guess what? That dog is going to run up to them and greet the person, lick their face, and wants to be near that person. Now that girl, that lady, feels wanted. She feels good that something, maybe someone, something wants her, that someone desires her, likes her, someone is giving her the attention. Well, she'll do it again. She will leave the dog at home, do her business on purpose, come back home. She gets the same response, a dog jumping on her, licking her face, and she feels good. This happens maybe for a year, a few months, and sometimes the dog does it, sometimes it does, but she's not feeling that same rush, that same attention she once had from this dog. So what does she do? She goes out and gets another dog to feel that rush. So she'll leave the two dogs at home. She'll go out, do her business, come home, and now she has one dog doing it, and the other dog's going to do it. So now she has two dogs greeting her at the door, giving her stimuli, attention, giving her energy in her mind, in her head, dopamine, giving her so much, I guess, joy because now, something or this dog is giving her the attention that she desires. So it's not only the dog that is an attention whore. Some of these dog lovers, especially these woman dog lovers, are attention whores. Since they can't get it from humans, they will get it from a dog. That's why some of these people hate cats, because cats don't do that. They don't jump on their owners and lick their face when they see them. Maybe some do, but I think most don't. So they don't like being ignored. They don't like them minding their own business. They want to be greeted at the door and jumped on by their dog. That's why, and reason why, in theory, is why they get dogs. All for attention. Again, veterinarian costs. We went over this. The cost for surgery, for treatment, can be in the thousands upon 10,000. We even saw this on GoFundMe. Some of them are asking for over $15,000 to treat their dog. General maintenance, the grooming, food, the general stuff. Food expenses. Not only you have to not only do you have to go to the grocery store for yourself, you gotta go for the grocery store for your dog. I didn't watch this video. I just noticed this, but apparently they're probably saying a dog can cost up to 73,000. Maybe in a year, maybe in a few years. That's a lot of throwaway money. Necessary extras. Food and vet bills aren't the only thing that costs money. You also need to purchase all the sorts of stuff when you get a dog. Toys, treats. I don't know. Again, it's food. So why can't they just call it food? Treats. Why do they call it treats? It's food. Collars, shampoo, flea drops, all this stuff costs money and has to fit into your house. Tripping over your dog toys and half-chewed bones will become a regular occurrence. And unless your dog is one of the few breeds that don't shed them, surfaces without dog hair on them will become a thing of the past. Throw away money. Throw away money. You gotta do fleas, travel, logistics. Again, you want to travel, you can't carry your dog, or you don't want to carry your dog. Now you need a dog sitter. Now you gotta dog proof your house, or the dog's gonna vandalize your house. The dog's gonna go crazy. Again, goes back to the attention one. Dogs require a lot of attention. Dogs require a lot of attention. And if you're gone for a minute or a second, they get depressed, they get stressed. Now you gotta call a babysitter. Excuse me. Gotta call for a dog sitter. Gotta dog proof your home and make sure the dog doesn't vandalize things. Again, this is just too much. Too much. First time I stayed home while, by myself, mind you, that when my parents left the country for maybe a week or two, was maybe when I was like grade 8. Maybe around grade 8. Or I was around grade 8 or grade 7. Grade 8 or grade 7, that's when I was able to stay home by myself. So I was going to be 13, 14, around that age. So by myself, it caused no problem. Didn't need a babysitter. But even though dogs may be smarter than me, apparently they need dog sitters. They need attention. They need so much just to not even survive, but just to live. It's just much. Don't have a dog because of you may have allergies or phobias. Maybe not you with the phobias or allergies. People around you may have allergies or phobias. Dogs will be digging up in your yard or other people's yard. Early mornings, dogs may, wake up very early and bother you by barking. As I say barking, you see barking here. You'll pee anywhere and everywhere, on the bed, on the couch. And we just talked about recently, lifespan. Since dogs have short lifespans, a lot of these dog lovers will get attached to these dogs. And once the dog dies, they're going to feel depressed because they lost a worthless mutt. That toll can hold them down for a while. So yeah, it's created by a dog lover themselves. Say the choice is yours. And I like this. The choice is yours. And it's true. Choice is ours. As people, the choice is ours. And people will choose to get dogs, have them live in their house. And to me, it doesn't make any sense. It's kind of backwards. It doesn't make any sense. And people, intelligent people, mind you, who probably have everything, probably already spoiled, still needs a dog in their life. Even when they have a family and a husband or whatever, they'll say they're lonely. They need companionship. They go out and get a dog. What is your husband there for? What is your wife there for? What is your children there for? What is your family there for? 6 reasons why dogs are a bad idea. So this person again, they will dirty your house with poop, pee, and vomit. Problem number 2, they steal food off the counters when you are not looking. I've had 5 dogs, 3 different breeds, and they have each stolen a rib roast beef sitting too close to the edge of the counter. Again, this is from a dog lover themselves. Person is a dog lover themselves. It was produced on the National Post, which is a corporate media outlet. He says, sometimes I wonder why I bother with a dog. Oh boy. Sad. When you go away, you need a dog sitter. Like I said earlier. Number 4. You may end up loving dogs too much, so when they end up dying, you're going to feel awful. Some dogs, such as my own, go mad when the vacuum cleaner is turned on. So again, once again, one second. So once again, like I said earlier, that dogs get stressed and anxious for anything, like anything and everything. Noise, running, sneezing, it doesn't matter. Going to the vet. They get all mad and anxious and they jump and bark and they start doing this stupid crap. Then why have a thing that is so dumb? Get rid of a vacuum cleaner. For 6, last one is dogs are insincere. Okay, here we go. Dogs are insincere. They pretend to love you, but that's part of their overall gastronomical strategy. Food is the grand motivator. I should just end it. I have one more thing to go and I'm going to end. Oh, man. We'll read that one more time. Remember, this is 6 reasons why dogs are a bad idea. This is coming from a dog lover, apparently, who had 5 or have 5 dogs. And they write, dogs are insincere. They pretend to love you. But that's their part of their overall gastronomical strategy. Food is the grand motivator. Last thing before I close off for this part, we're going to end it off with an attack. What the dog didn't attack, apparently. So man stabs veterinarian after death of dog. Man is 50, has been detained for stabbing a veterinarian and attacking an animal hospital director after his dog died while being nurtured there, or neutered there. According to police, the man allegedly stabbed the veterinarian in the arm with surgical scissors. The animal hospital in Seoul's Yanga district at 5:30 p.m. Tuesday after becoming enraged at the death of his dog during surgery. The victims underwent medical treatment for non-life-threatening injuries to their arms and head, respectively. So this guy went for the head because the vets were performing surgery and the dog just couldn't make it. This guy became a dog lover, showed his true dog lover tactics, and took a pair of scissors, stabbed the veterinarian, the director of the facility. This occurred in Korea, mind you. I wouldn't be surprised if these type of things happened in the West, in the Americas. Doesn't surprise me. This is typical dog lover who will kill people, or they'll even kill their own child to save their own dog. We're gonna end it there for part 1. I'll be back again. More veterinarian stuff, information regarding these dogs, the veterinarian, the dog industry. You know, again, I hope you learned something in this part. I'll be back for part 2 of, I guess, going to the vet. This is the worthless mutts. Actually, before I end off, I hope my I have a sore throat today, so I hope I was clear as I was presenting information to you. If not, I apologize. If you even got to this far, I do apologize as I have a sore throat, but nevertheless, this is the worthless mutts, and remember, it is okay to hate dogs.